Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and we're in the hyggelig capital of Denmark, Copenhagen, to answer some of your travel questions. I know we haven't been putting up a lot of videos lately. It's because we've been traveling, but don't worry, we got tons more videos coming. But anyway, let's get to your questions. Now, our first question comes from Dylan, and Dylan asks, Mark, what's the safest and most efficient way to kind of exchange money when you're going abroad? These are kind of general rules in terms of, do I use an exchange house, cash, credit, these kind of things. The first thing you need to know is it really depends on the country you're going to. If you're going to be using cash or card, for example, here in Denmark, they prefer you use your credit card, but you have to have a PIN number with it. Because you don't have a PIN number, they might not accept it, okay? So make sure you have the PIN for your credit cards and debit cards. Also, if you're going to use your credit cards and debit cards abroad, you need to call your bank and your credit card company to let them know. Otherwise, they might block it. And I know way too many people that have not been able to get any food because their credit cards got blocked. Okay, so you want to make sure you do that. Now, in terms of the best rate, sometimes you can find a good rate at an exchange house and stuff like that. But in general, not all the times, but on average, your best exchange rate you will get with an ATM. Okay, using your bank debit card, not your credit card, because usually your credit card will add fees onto things, or bigger fees. International transaction fee of 3% on purchases is kind of a typical norm of credit cards. Not all of them do it, but a lot do. And your bank usually doesn't have such high fees. And if you're taking out cash, just your best bet is with your ATM, because you get like the international rate for that minute right there. Probably your best bet, okay? Now, if you're looking to take cash, I mean, we always carry some cash with us. I mean, because in case you can't get, you know, to an ATM. I mean, I was in Italy a couple months ago, and all the ATMs at the airport were broken. Thank goodness I had some cash on hand, so I could go to the Forex, go change $200, so I had 100 and some odd euros, so I at least had some money in my wallet. So you want to have some cash, you can use credit, but overall, your best bet, your ATM debit card from your home bank will give you the best rate, okay? Now, some things that you might want to know: American Express and Discover are hardly accepted anywhere outside the US, just like in the US, hardly anyone takes them. Well, American Express they do, but Diners Club, these kind of things, they're not really accepted that much. Checks, forget about it, okay? No one is accepting checks anymore. Well, some might, but it's not worth your time and effort. So make sure you have that debit card or your credit card or whatever. Call them and let you know. So Dylan, I hope that helps you know what you should do to get your money when you're abroad. Our second question comes from Sheila, and Sheila asked Mark, hey, can you tell me what to do about my mobile phone when I go abroad? Now, probably what could be your biggest shock, surprise, horror story of your traveling abroad is your telephone bill. Because if you don't buy a data package, you don't let them know you're going abroad, you can rack up hundreds and hundreds, even thousands of dollars of bills on your phone. Okay, every country in the world where you go, you can talk to your mobile phone provider, call them and say, hey, I'm going abroad, what packages do you have? So I use AT&T, and they have like a passport plan. So for $30, I get, you know, unlimited free text to America, $1 a minute for phone calls, and I get 128 megs of data. That's not enough for me. So they have a $60 one and a $120 one. I always get the largest one because I use a lot of data when I'm going because of work and stuff like that. And that one gives me 35 cents a minute for every call, free texting, and I get 800 megs of data. And the thing is, you really have to look is how much are you actually going to use your phone? Okay, because I've seen people, they get the little package, but then they talk for 2 hours on the phone every day. I'm like, you're really killing your budget. And the thing is, what really will get you is your data. Okay, a friend of mine, she did an Eastern European trip. She called up her phone company, got the $30 plan, went over her data, didn't realize it. I mean, she's like 70. She doesn't understand data packages and stuff like that. She racked up a $700 bill because she was posting pictures to her kids back in the US. And she called up AT&T, and they're like, sorry, since October 10th of 2014, we will not backdate it. And I've had that issue with them before because we literally had 15 minutes of no coverage. In that 15 minutes, like, we opened up a website and I found out that we were over $15. I called AT&T, talked to them. They said they'd be fine, but it still showed up on my bill. So make sure you realize that you can really get screwed over with your phone. So definitely call, get the data package, tell them the dates you're going to be gone so you can make get your money that way, or watch out for your phone bills, okay? And our third question of the day comes from Aaron, and Aaron is asking about protests. Now, when you go around, you might see people protesting, whether it's austerity measures in Greece, or the European Central Bank in Frankfurt, or human rights, or things like this. And you really need to be careful when you are in a town where these protests are. Look, if there's a protest, leave. Get away from that area, because you don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to be safe? Is it going to get violent? Are they going to turn on you? I mean, you don't know how it's going to go. So you need to get yourself out of that situation. And I see a lot of tourists that'll come like, oh, we want to go protest with them. All right, if you're going to go do that, make sure you're ready for the ramifications. Do you want to get arrested? I know the embassy will send a lawyer for you that you can pay for to help you out, but do you want to deal with those kind of things? Probably not. So if you see protests or anything like that, stay away from that area, because it can get scary. I mean, we were in Milan in January, and there was a protest that started up there in the Piazza Duomo in the Cathedral Square. And all of a sudden, it's like, wow, there seem to be a lot of people coming here. Then all of a sudden, literally in about 5 minutes, the entire square was full of people, and they were chanting and stuff like that. It wasn't a violent thing, but the thing is like, hey, I need to get out of this situation. And that's what you should too. Get out of that situation, and if bad things are happening in your town, go to your hotel. That's why I always recommend, if you are going to be traveling with a group of friends, or maybe it's you and your older kids, hey, if something happens, where's our meeting point? Usually I say, make it to the lobby of your hotel, if you got multiple rooms, so then people know, let's meet there, so if things happen, okay? But really, keep track of what's going on in the countries you're in, because Brazil, they had protests a few weeks ago. Greece might have a protest here or there. US, remember the Occupy Wall Street things. Ask your hotel. Usually if they know things are going to go on, they'll share it with you, but sometimes just ask, okay? So I hope that helped. The three of you get in contact with me, or I'll get in contact with you, and we'll get you your Wolters World shirt. We'll see which one it is. It'll be a nice surprise when it shows up at your house. Anyway, if you have questions about traveling, please put it in the comment section below. And remember, if we use your question, free t-shirt coming your way from Wolters World. So bye from Copenhagen. Bye.